One of the greatest and most fantastic stories of sudden and unbelievable community growth took place on the central eastern coast of Florida. The place was Brevard County, the time post-World War II. When America moved into the Great Missile Age, it was Cape Canaveral in Florida's Brevard County which was selected as the nation's missile launching center. As the once lonely spit of land called Cape Canaveral sprouted skyward more and more derrick-like launching pads and gantries, the nearby towns of Cocoa, Titusville, Melbourne, and others underwent phenomenal growth, which, by comparison, made the legendary boom towns of almost insignificant. This was Moonport, USA.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh boy, look at her. 1, 2.
Brevard County, which in 1950 had a total population of 23,000, found itself a mere decade later with that many school children alone, and with a 1960 population of some 111,000. Each month thereafter, an estimated 1,000 newcomers poured into the Cape Canaveral area. The moon base boom brought the inevitable growing pains. There were housing shortages. Traffic became a nightmare. Night spots sprang up along once empty highways. Beaches became more and more crowded. The boom placed severe strains, too, on the educational facilities of the county. Schools which one day met the needs of a citrus belt county were the next day hopelessly outmoded and pitifully overcrowded. County Superintendent of Schools Woodrow J. Darden, together with a far-seeing Board of Instruction, built school after school, recruiting top faculty members to meet the challenge. The 5-member board, keenly aware of the importance of quality education, was determined to see that Brevard County school children were provided with educational opportunities second to none. As yesterday's missiles roared from the pads and straight into history, as newer missiles came into being and the old ones became display pieces, the harassed Brevard school system kept pace. The population upsurge brought with it 1,000 new educational needs, not the least of which was the desperate need for a publicly supported institution of higher learning. Through an act of the Florida State Legislature, Brevard County moved swiftly to develop a county-operated junior college. Clubs, civic-minded groups, and individuals rallied enthusiastically and tirelessly to aid the plan. A junior college advisory council was named. The 5 members of the council were to make specific recommendations to the County Board of Public Instruction concerning the operation of the college once underway. Finally, in 1960, Dr. J. Bruce Wilson was named president of the institution, and a nucleus of faculty and administrators was painstakingly gathered. Brevard Junior College was born into a county where higher education was needed as never before, but where every classroom already was needed long before it could be built. So it was that in the fall of 1960, the new college opened its doors in what had once been a condemned and abandoned elementary school in the city of Cocoa. Crude and temporary though its physical plant was, Brevard Junior College proudly enrolled in day and night divisions 768 students that first fall. It also launched an ambitious group of Extension Division classes in the nearby towns of Melbourne and Titusville, thus bringing higher education to those who could not readily reach its main campus. As college enrollments surged upward, plans were launched for a new physical plant, one designed to keep pace with the space age and with the area's needs, demands, and progress. An 80-acre site donated by the city of Cocoa, along with monetary aid from other nearby communities, was selected and land cleared for 3 initial structures. So it was that even as plans for enlarging tremendously the Cape Canaveral Missile Base were announced, Brevard Junior College, with a rightful upsurge of enthusiasm, held its groundbreaking ceremonies at the site of the new campus, a site which bordered on a quiet blue lake just to the north and west of the city of Cocoa. The voices of the college choral group echoed optimistically that day across acres of white sands and among scattered pines which only weeks before had been hopelessly hidden in dark, tangled undergrowth. As students and guests looked on, board and college officials symbolically turned the first earth, and Brevard Junior College's next step forward was taken. A new campus for a youthful institution was born. The speaker's platform for the groundbreaking ceremony was soon replaced by tiny red flags which marked what one day would be the corners of the college's first 3 new structures. Great drills bored deep into the campus site to determine what foundations would be required to support the massive structures. Soon, the first steel rods reached bony fingers to the sky. May 1962 found Brevard Junior College in its 2nd year of operation. On its temporary campus, classes continued as if the new site were but a dream. Crowded into 3 inadequate buildings, nearly 2,000 students studied and learned for a better tomorrow. Basing its academic philosophy on the sound belief that the good junior college serves many needs, Brevard Junior College offered numerous career and terminal programs for those who needed or wanted but 2 years of college work. For those who perhaps wished only a single college course, the Missile Area Institution provided also credit and non-credit courses carefully geared to the demands of the community. And for the student who wished to take his first 2 years of higher education close to home, Brevard Junior College provided a high-caliber program of university parallel courses, in effect the first 2 years of senior college. Whatever program a student chose, pre-testing, counseling, and aptitude tests were available to him. From early morning until late at night, the good community college serves. so it is at Brevard Junior College. On June the 1st, 1962, Brevard Junior College's first graduating class, numbering some 60 students, received their degrees. That evening, in a solemn and impressive ceremony, County Superintendent Woodrow Darden joined other important officials in honoring the school's first graduating class. The group also heard the University of Florida's president, Dr. J. Wayne Wright, as guest speaker. Finally, the college registrar, John Easley, and college president, Dr. J. Bruce Wilson, conferred the degrees. Another educational milestone for Brevard County had been passed. While all this was taking place, the Brevard area's boom spiraled astoundingly upward. To meet the impact of the accelerated nova or moon base at Cape Canaveral, a new causeway was being flung across the Indian River in a feverish attempt to cope with the tangle of traffic created by the missile base. At the same time, to cope with the growing educational need of the region, construction surged steadily ahead on Brevard Junior College's new campus. For its first 3 buildings alone, 120 tons of steel were needed. A caravan of trucks shuttling rapidly to and from the new campus came laden with a total of some 12,000 yards of concrete, which whitened and solidified into massive columns and into walls. The first 3 structures, the administrative, classroom, and science buildings, all were to be air-conditioned and completely flexible in design. Yesterday's dreams were being rapidly transformed into tomorrow's realities. Even when its students were crowded into facilities long since outmoded, a spirit of pride in the school dominated the atmosphere. A college newspaper, a yearbook, clubs, social and educational groups were organized and flourished. And even though it had no gymnasium of its own, the college managed to offer a well-rounded sports program. There was an undercurrent of excitement about the new campus, which by mid-August of 1962 was well underway. Like some giant's anatomy laid bare, a complex of tubes and conduits shaped themselves into the veins and arteries which connected one new building with the next. And with watchful vigilance, each step of construction was checked and rechecked. A college must be built to endure forever. Toiling under the Florida sun labored the men who shaped sketches and plans into solid reality, fashioning the college's initial structures from lengths of steel and pipe, and the 1,000 other things from which buildings are made. The first 3 structures comprise the opening phase of an overall plan which would provide for continued growth of the institution. Day after day, through most of 1962, BJC's permanent campus moved toward completion. The severe challenge of a swiftly growing area's needs for higher education were met through the founding of Brevard Junior College. Its beginnings at its first campus marked a modest but sincere start. From the thoughts and through the labors of those who cherished the ideals of a community college for Brevard County, the institution was fashioned. At the hands of capable leaders and talented, masterful teachers, the college, from its very beginning, fulfilled every goal set for it by those who hammered and shaped it from a dream and a desire. Through its students who wanted desperately an institution of higher learning which they could call their own, Brevard Junior College is proving its worth again and again. For those who came in search of learning, Brevard Junior College, at the front door of America's gateway to the moon, serves a powerful need. The quest for new learning never ceases. That is why Brevard Junior College continues to serve, to grow, and to reach searching arms into the farthest expanses of the space age.